Hi, my name is Anmol and I'm going to be sharing an easy recipe with you guys today. So we're going to be learning how to make bean tortilla quesadillas. So the reason I chose this recipe is because it is very easy to make and it's extremely nutritious and it follows the Canadian food guide. So before we start, I'm going to be showing you guys the ingredients and the equipment you'll need. So you'll need some whole grain or ancient grains tortillas because they have a lot more nutritional value than the regular white tortillas. You'll also need some shredded cheese, any kind is fine, and any seasonings of your choice, whatever you have. I have salt, pepper, chili flakes, garlic powder, cumin powder, and Cajun seasoning. You also need any type of oil. I have olive oil here. And then for veggies, we need any color of bell peppers. I chose yellow and red bell peppers. You need onions, avocado, black beans, and corn. And then for the supplies you'll need a knife, a cutting board, any type of wooden spoon that you can mix the filling with, and then a pan. That's it. Before we get started, I want to touch on the importance of being prepared in the kitchen. So the reason I have everything laid out is because there's many different scenarios that can happen while cooking, such as, for example, maybe you throw everything in the pan and it's already on the stove and you realize you don't have your spoon. As you're scrambling and looking for your spoon, your food can burn, right? So it's important that you have everything out and ready. Now the next thing is sanitization. So you want to make sure you wash your hands thoroughly. Okay, so for that, go over to the sink. Roll your sleeves up. You want to get about a dime-sized amount of soap, and just put a little bit of water on your hands so that it can lather. And then from here, you want to make sure that you get every part of your hands. So in between your fingers, around your wrist, and you want to wash your hands for about a minute. Okay. So the same goes for vegetables. You want to wash your vegetables too. I already have cut my vegetables, but when you wash your vegetables, such as bell peppers or any type of produce, you want to make sure you wash them beforehand. Okay? After you're done, you want to rinse your hands. Make sure you get all of the soap off your hands because our hands will be touching the food as we cook. Okay. Okay, now I have washed my hands. I'm going to dry them with a towel. Make sure they're completely dry. Okay. And now I am ready to cook. And the next step, obviously you don't want your sleeves to be down. If your sleeves are down, they can get caught in the food or they can even get caught by the fire, by the stove. So always have your sleeves up. And now we can get ready to cook. Okay, so next thing you want to do is wash your produce. So I'm just washing the bell pepper here. When you're washing it, you just want to make sure you're getting in all the crevices. And then after you're done washing it, you're going to dry it with a paper towel. Now the same applies for onions too. Once you're done peeling the onion, you also wash it. And then you want to come over to your cutting board. So with the cutting board, you want to either make sure you have a good cutting board that has a grip on the bottom so it doesn't move. Because if the cutting board does move, that means the knife has the potential of hitting you. And then when you're cutting the bell pepper, I'm just going to use a little bit here. I don't need too much because we already have some prepared. So here, when you're cutting the bell pepper, you want to use something known as the claw grip technique. So you're curling your fingers in here so that your nails don't get cut or your fingers don't get nipped when you're cutting the bell pepper. And then here, we're just going to cut long lines down. And then turn it the other way, and we want to cut it into squares or cubes now. Okay, so for this recipe, you want to dice all of the vegetables. And then what you can do, so that, again, we're prepared, is just put all your produce into one plate so it's easy. Now, for this recipe, I'm using bell peppers because they're very high in vitamin C, which supports your immune health, as well as onions, which are a great antioxidant. And then corn has lots of fiber, as well as the beans, which have fiber and protein. Protein is very, very essential for muscle growth and maintaining good bone health. We also have avocado, which also has many antioxidants and is high in fiber. Nowadays, a lot of people are too focused on only one macronutrient, which is protein, and they're not getting enough fiber, which is leading to diseases like colon cancer. So it's very important that you have a balanced diet. And then same comes from the tortillas, we're getting lots of whole grains from here, which also provide lots of nutrients and fiber, as well as the cheese, which we're getting some healthy fats and protein from. Okay, now we're going to start actually cooking. So what I did was I brought my frying pan over to the stovetop, and I turned my stove on to low to medium heat. You don't want to put your stove on high heat right away because your food will burn, and if it's too low, it won't cook at all. So low to medium heat is fine. And before we pour the oil in, you want to make sure that you check if your pan is preheated. So you can just put your hand above. If you feel the heat coming off, then you know you're good. When you do this, do not touch the pan. You're just hovering your hand over. Okay? Next, you're going to take about 2 tablespoons of oil, or 1, depending on how much food you're making. I'm making enough for my family, so I will be using about, I would say, 2 tablespoons here. That's it. Okay? And you want to just let this heat up for a minute. Now that our oil is a little heated up, we're going to add in some garlic. So the garlic is optional. It's up to you if you want to add it. I do recommend it because it adds a lot of flavor, and garlic is also another great antioxidant that helps fight against viruses, against your immune system. So here I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon. Okay, you're going to add that in, and then you want to start stirring it right away. Okay, we're going to wait for this to get about light brown. So as you can see, now the garlic is light brown and brownish, so now we can add all of our vegetables in. The reason we wanted to wait for the garlic to get light brownish is because it does take a little bit of time to cook, and if you add all the vegetables before, the garlic will stay raw, which does not give it the nice aromatic flavor that we want. Now we add in all the vegetables. After you add in your vegetables, you want to make sure that you give this a nice stir and get the oil and garlic all over. Another tip that I recommend that you should do while you cook is clean up as you go. This is what helps make the process faster, because after you're done cooking, you can just go about your day instead of having to spend a lot of other time cleaning. Because right now, as we wait for the garlic to saute, I have a couple extra minutes where I can just put my spoon in the sink away. I can close the lid to the garlic, and I can put it back away in the fridge while this is still cooking. So next, now that our seasonings are our vegetables are starting to wilt down and the water is starting to evaporate, we're going to add our seasonings. So for salt, we're going to add about half or about a teaspoon. We're going to keep the sodium low just because a lot of people already eat too much sodium in their diet, which is leading to health conditions like high blood pressure. So to avoid that, either limit it in your diet or take it out completely. I will just be doing about a teaspoon over here. Next, I will be adding about a tablespoon of chili flakes, and I'll be putting about half of a tablespoon of garlic powder. We're also going to do about, I would say, a tablespoon of black pepper, and then we're going to add the cumin is what adds a lot of flavor, so we're going to add about a tablespoon of this. My spoons are a little smaller. And then the last one you want to add is your Cajun. For Cajun, same applies, about a tablespoon. So your seasoning, you typically want to add a tablespoon of each. Okay? Okay, so again, as you can see, when I was putting the seasonings in, I made a little bit of a mess, which is no problem. I'm waiting for the vegetables to saute a bit more, so I can use this time to make sure that I clean the counter. Okay? Okay, now I have let the vegetables boil down a bit. As you can see, they're starting to lose their water and come all together. Now this is the perfect time to add our pre-cooked ingredients. So the corn is already cooked, so we can add this in. And then last thing, we want to add our black beans. This is just so everything is well incorporated and can get all warm and the same temperature. Okay, again, you want to mix this all together and wait about, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes until you think everything is well incorporated and we can start assembling. Okay, so now we're on to the last part of the recipe. We're going to assemble our burrito. So you can either make this into a quesadilla or a burrito. It's really up to you. I am choosing to make a burrito. They're both the same thing though. It's just wrapped differently. Okay, so what you're going to do is grab about a spoon of your mixture and put it right in the center. You want to make sure that you don't put too much so that you can still close your burrito. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right in the center, and then on top of this, or on the side, I'm gonna put about a tablespoon or 2 of guacamole. It really depends on how much you want or how much you like. Okay, so I'm gonna put that, and then last, we're gonna add some shredded cheese right on top. Now, to roll your burrito, you want to bring the ends in first, and then go over, and you can tuck the filling under this flap right here, and then roll it up. Now from here, you're just done. You have your burrito. Now if you want to, you have the option to either sear it in a pan, but because we're gonna keep this simple and easy, you can just eat the burrito like this. Okay, now the serving sizes, it depends on how much of each ingredient you use. The amount that I used today was about 1.5 cups of black beans, a cup of corn, 2 cups of bell peppers, a cup of onions, and I sauteed that all together. So for me, this would be enough for my family of 5. Thank you.